Please don't spoil the movie by adding your own soundtrack.
Hello, I am Princess Bubblegum.
No idea who that is. Hello, my name is Bree Vandekamp.
And welcome back to
Please don't spoil
the
the movie.
Podcast brought to you by sisters who love each other. Yeah.
Sometimes.
How are you today, love?
Doing fine. Chilling. Nothing crazy going on.
I feel ya. Have you seen anything lately?
Let me think. No. Me and Mom started watching this show. It's on Prime. Yeah, it's on Prime Video with Vince Vaughn. It's called Bad Monkey. It's okay. It's not that new, but it's okay. It's about Vince Vaughn. And he was like a detective in Miami, got demoted and transferred to like the Florida Keys where it's like a lot more quiet and like laid back. And then he also lost his detective position. So he has to become a health inspector.
Oh.
But then he gets wrapped back into the treacherous, dangerous streets of Miami and tries to, get back into the detective swing of things. That's about it. There's so many shows these days. So many shows with 8 episodes. But then I also was watching, this is the old movie, but I came across Penelope. Remember that movie? You know that movie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Yeah. I came across a movie
She has a pig nose.
She has a pig nose and like pig ears.
Ridiculous concept.
Oh my God, when I was watching it, I was like, oh my God, I forgot how much, one, I was in love with this movie, and two, how fucking good it was. It was so good. I was like, oh my God, this movie is so nostalgic. I feel like there was a point in time where I used to watch that movie every day for like 6 months straight in 2008.
2008. I don't recall.
I think it used to be on HBO, and they used to play it like every day, and I would always watch it because it was so good. And the love interest in the movie I thought was so hot.
But
I love
what
that
is
movie.
it? Someone put a spell on her, or am I tripping? No?
So what happens is her great grandfather was having an affair with some maid, got her pregnant.
Yeah.
He was gonna run away with her, but he was like, of noble blood or whatever. He was gonna run away with the maid. His people were like, "You've lost your mind. Here's this other rich bitch we're gonna have you marry." And so he calls it off with the maid, but the maid was pregnant. And so she kills herself.
Yeah.
The mom of the maid is a witch, and she puts a curse on the guy's entire family. And and the curse was whoever their first female girl would be pig-faced. And so she was the first female girl, and so
why would you put that on the girl? Put it on the guys.
Right. I don't know. And the only way that they could break the curse is if her own accepts her for who she is, as in like rich people.
Right. So she gets rid of her pig nose and her pig ears. Hilarious.
Yeah.
What a crazy concept.
She breaks the curse herself.
Oh, because she loves herself. Eventually.
Yeah, I remember the mom breaking the curse, but then I was like, when I was watching it, I was like, there's no way this fucking mom is breaking the curse. I was like, no way.
You make me want to watch it.
Literally,
I don't remember it being that good though.
Oh, I don't recall you watching it the way I watched it, so I don't think you thought it was good. Yeah, you definitely didn't think it was as good as I did.
No.
When I watched it, I was like, oh, I remember I used to be obsessed with this movie. Yeah, what about you? What's going on in your neck of the woods? What you got for me?
I saw the Odyssey.
Oh, how was it?
It was good. I know some people said it wasn't historically accurate or based off the Odyssey. It wasn't whatever, but I haven't read the Odyssey since high school, and watching the movie brought back memories, so I had no complaints.
I don't remember reading that in high school. I don't think I did. I remember reading Oedipus Rex. That's
don't know what that is. Oedipus Rex.
You don't know Oedipus Rex?
No.
We'll get to that later. Continue with the Odyssey.
But when I was watching it, I was like, oh my God, I remember the Odyssey. I remember the Cyclops. I remember them going to different islands and being cursed. I remember the witch lady turning them, some spoilers ahead in case you've never read the Odyssey. I remember the witch lady turning them into pigs and a whole bunch of other shit. I will say,
yeah, I definitely didn't read that book because none of that sounds familiar to me.
But I enjoyed it. I'm going to have to apologize to Matt Damon.
You were unaware of his game.
He ate that shit. He did amazing. I take it back.
You said something about you didn't like him or something. What did you say?
I didn't care to see him in the movie. I was like, okay, y'all could get rid of Matt Damon, but he did pretty good.
Yeah,
he did pretty good.
He's a good actor.
I mean, he is, but like, I mean, all I can think about is like Ocean's 11. I'm just like, to me that didn't.
When I think of him, all I think of is Bourne Legacy and then Good Will Hunting. That's it.
Bourne Legacy, his action.
That was like his like action
movies.
His like he had a little action movie franchise.
The people are down bad for dragging Lupita.
Oh, absolutely.
But because
none of this is real.
Well, and also I forgot the Odyssey is basically a male. It's most of the story is about the men, and the women are side characters. When I tell you, if we put all of Lupita's scenes together, it might be a minute long.
Yeah, I'm sure she's in there for 5 seconds.
5 seconds. I forgot to look out for her. We are an hour and 30 minutes in. I'm like, fucking forgot about Lupita.
I remember reading her and Zendaya's like roles like were small.
Zendaya's was a little bit more strong because they showed her a little bit more. But Lupita's was short, minuscule. Like the women, I know I've seen a lot of complaints that the women in the movie are more like side characters, like side characters.
I mean, are they side characters in the book?
I don't think so.
But Oedipus Rex, I don't know, you've never seen that.
Mm-hmm.
That is about, from what I recall, this guy named Oedipus. He's like, he gets this prophecy one day when he's like young or something, that he's gonna kill his father and marry his mother. Right. Yeah. And then he like goes on the run.
I mean,
no.
Hamlet. I mean, yeah, Macbeth.
It's not Shakespeare.
Shakespeare, thank you, Jesus.
It's not him.
Okay.
I don't know who the fuck it is. But yeah, that's the good shit. That's a good one. That shit was tea. I said, wait, this nigga really wants to marry his mama? Speaking of long journeys and adventurous movies, think of a high schooler. Think senior year. Think I'm playing hooky. I'm skipping school. I'm ditching. Think my principal's out to get me. Think Chicago. Think my sister can't freaking stand me. Think I'm my parents' favorite and they're completely oblivious, especially my father. Think John Hughes. And that brings us to, drumroll please,
Ferris
Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, back to the 80s.
Back to the 80s. Yeah, we haven't done an 80s, a true 80s classic in a minute.
We hit them all. We hit them all pretty early on.
Have we done all of Molly Ringwald's work? We did Breakfast Club, Pretty in Pink, and 16 Candles.
Yeah, it's a top 3.
Dang. Well,
maybe we can find another one, a hidden gem that she's got that we didn't know about
in the vault. Well, summary. The film follows charismatic high school senior Ferris Bueller as he skips school for a day of adventure in Chicago with his anxious best friend Cameron and his girlfriend Sloane. While Ferris enjoys a carefree day filled with unforgettable experiences, his high school principal Ed Rooney and his sister Jeannie become determined to catch him playing hooky.
Oh man.
Dun dun dun. The film is an American teen comedy film written, co-produced, and directed by John Hughes.
What if you find out John Hughes is a big racist? Oh my goodness.
When I was doing my notes, we kind of do. It's all the same thing. We'll get there. Hughes began writing the script in 1985. I think he is low-key racist. I say that because I feel like allegedly. I'll say allegedly. I remember when I was reading a New York Times article that Molly Ringwald did. I think before he kind of like got his way into television and movies or whatever, he worked for a newspaper and he did the cartoon section. And he would put racist shit in the cartoon section.
No.
From what I recall from that article.
Okay.
So
that sounds right.
Yeah. You know, racist jokes or whatever.
Right.
Hughes began writing the script for Ferris Bueller in 1985, completed the screenplay in less than a week, and successfully pitched the following day to Paramount Studios. Good for him. The first cut of Ferris Bueller's Day Off ended up being at 2 hours and 45 minutes. The shortening of the script had to come in the cutting room floor, said one of the editors on the film. So they didn't cut anything out until they got to the editing room.
I would love to see the extended cut.
I know, right? Hughes intended to focus more on the characters rather than the plot. Hughes says, "I know how the movie begins. I know how it ends. I don't ever know the rest, but that doesn't seem to matter. It's not the events that are important, it's the characters going through the event. Therefore, I make them as full and as real as I can. This time around, I wanted to create a character who could handle everyone and everything." Casting. Anthony Michael Hall, our good friend from The Breakfast Club and 16 Candles, who had worked with Hughes on 3 previous films, was offered the part of Ferris Bueller, but turned it down as he was busy with other projects. Other actors.
What other projects? Come on.
I mean, this is 1986. So he's probably doing 16 Candles, Breakfast Club. He's like, I ain't doing all
John
this.
Hughes, though, right?
Yes.
He was doing John Hughes' other movie, and John Hughes was like, "Come do this movie."
He's probably like, "I'm tired. No.
Okay.
No thanks. Give it to somebody else." Other actors who were considered for the role included Jim Carrey, John Kozlowski. Not John Kozlowski.
Mike Wazowski.
Mike Wazowski. John Cusack, John Cryer, Johnny Depp, George Clooney, Tom Cruise, and Michael J. Fox. Michael J. Fox, I could totally see him killing this
Which one's
role.
John Cusack?
John Cusack is the one with the boombox. Say Anything.
Oh, no.
We need to do that
enough.
movie. Yeah, I could have seen him in this role.
Yeah.
John Cryer, I can only see him doing the parade scene.
Which one's John Cryer?
That's the one who plays Ducky in Pretty in Pink.
Who's Anthony Michael Hall?
Oh my goodness. Anthony Michael Hall is the one who plays the nerd in 16 Candles. And the nerd in the Breakfast Club.
right. I know why I got confused for a second. Yes.
Yeah, right. Silly Goose.
I can't see Tom Cruise.
I can't see Tom Cruise at all. Johnny Depp, no. No Johnny Depp. George Clooney, I don't think I've ever seen him anything young. I can't envision him before 40. So.
Right.
And then Jim Carrey, I can kind of see it for him.
I can kind of see it. Like a young
I think he might have done too much. But Hughes said that he had Matthew Broderick in mind when he wrote the screenplay, saying Broderick was the only actor he could think of who could pull off the role, calling him clever and charming. Molly Ringwald, our good sis, wanted to play Sloane, but she said, according to John wouldn't let me do it. He said that part wasn't big enough for me.
The part is huge. There's only 3 people in the whole fucking movie.
That part's not that big. I mean, she's not the main character. Everything she's in, she's the main character.
I guess. But maybe she
So-
wanted to do something different.
I couldn't have seen her in it. Well, I guess I could have. Well, nah.
No. I don't know. She never really plays the playful person, so I don't know.
Right.
She's always like sad and serious.
Right. Exactly. But then the role, ended up going to who plays it now, Mia Sara. Nothing too crazy about her. The role of Cameron had been offered to Emilio Estevez.
Emilio!
Do you know who Emilio Estevez is?
Of course.
You don't. He's in The Breakfast Club. He plays the jock in The Breakfast Club.
Oh.
He's also
No.
Charlie. No, what? No, he doesn't play the jock in The Breakfast Club?
No, I can't see him in the role.
Oh, yeah, that was a horrible idea. The role of Cameron was offered to him, but he turned it down, while Alan Ruck, who plays Cameron in the movie, had auditioned for the role of Bender in The Breakfast Club, and that role went to Jude Nelson.
Thank God.
But, however, John Hughes remembered Alan Ruck and casted him as the 17-year-old Cameron Fry. Alan Ruck says, "Every time I see Emilio, I want to kiss him. Thank you."
That's hilarious. I would be like, thank God he turned it down.
Right.
Between you and this huge star, and then you get the call
Right.
the next day, they turned it down. They picked you. Like, fuck yeah.
Hell yeah. Prior to Ruck's casting, Cryer was also considered for the role. I could definitely see John Cryer play this. That's Ducky, remember, from Pretty in Pink.
Yeah.
So he was considered for this role and Ferris Bueller. Alan Ruck, who played Cameron, then 29, worried about the age difference that he had. He was only 6 years younger than John Hughes, which is fucking crazy. Can you imagine being 35 and you're like killing it?
Crazy.
Yeah. Like you've already made like 8 movies. Good for you.
You don't need to make any more. And they're the best movies ever.
Right. Well, he can't make any more, so. Alan Ruck said him and Matthew Broderick had actually worked together previously on a Broadway production called Biloxi Blues. Cameron's Mr. Peterson voice was actually an inside joke imitation of their former director, Gene Saks. They said that they were really close and that Matthew would often sleep in his trailer or vice versa. We didn't have to invent an instant friendship like you often have to do in a movie, said Alan. We were just friends. Jeffrey Jones was cast as Rooney based on his role in Amadeus, where he played an emperor. Hughes thought that character's modern equivalent was Rooney. After being cast, Hugh told Jeffrey Jones at the time that he told him, hey, you know, this role that you're playing, you're going to be known for this for the rest of your life. And Jones was like, he's just blowing smoke up my ass. But he was like, oh, he was right. Oh, I was going to leave this out, but this is how John Hughes is a racist.
Just brought it up.
Ben Steen, who plays the economics professor who goes Bueller. Says he got the role of Bueller's economics teacher through 6 degrees of separation. Richard Nixon introduced me to a man named Bill Sapphire. Richard Nixon is the president, former president, who was a New York Times columnist. He introduced me to a guy who was an executive producer at Warner Brothers. He introduced me to a guy who was a casting director. That guy introduced me to John Hughes. John and I are among the only Republicans in the picture business. And John Hughes put me in that movie. Racist! So there you go. When I read that, I was like, a Republican? Although I'm sure it was easier to be a Republican than in the Hollywood area.
Yeah.
And that really surprised me. I could see John as a lot of things. Maybe a sexist, a misogynist, maybe even a sexual predator. But a Republican?
Come on. When this whole time when I was watching the movie, I was like, the guy who plays Cameron, I was like, oh wow, don't really see him ever again. This motherfucker's in Succession. LOL.
Yeah.
No idea.
Yeah, no idea. When I watched Succession for the first time, I was like, holy shit, that's Cameron from Ferris Bueller's Day. I watched like the first season. I can't keep up with that fucking corporate jargon that they be fucking talking. I'm like, what are we talking about? What is being said here? Y'all are literally speaking a different language. And everyone talks so fast on that show. It's like, like, what are y'all saying? Y'all saying words that no one understands, then y'all talking fast on top of it. It's driving me
I don't
insane.
mind fast talkers. There was a point when it came out, I was sick of watching rich people shows. I was like, we're losing formless people. We're watching too many rich people.
Right.
We're justifying their actions. Stop it.
Filming began for the movie in Chicago on September 9th, 1985. In late October 1985, the production moved to Los Angeles and shooting ended on November 22nd. Of course, they filmed at a lot of different places, Wrigley Field. However, Ferris's exterior home, that is shot in Los Angeles. So the exterior of Ferris' house is located at 4160 Country Club Drive, Long Beach, California. The movie was released June 18th, 1986 and distributed by Paramount Pictures. Film became, this will help you guess the budget. Well, it became the highest grossing film of 1986 in the United States. The film received generally positive reviews from critics and audiences who praised Broderick's performance. Budget?
$20 million.
No.
10.
Think about what year we are. Everything, you can buy a house for $1 in a banana.
$5 million?
$5 million.
Jesus.
Box office.
They were running around Chicago and they filmed that for $5 million.
Yeah.
It was downtown.
Right.
Crazy.
Different times.
Okay, so I can't say 100 million because that's ridiculous for the 80s, right? So I'm gonna say 20 million.
Remember when I said
10 million? Highest grossing. I don't know what I don't know what's good for the 80s. 50 million? 70?
70.7 million. I said the film was the highest grossing film of 1986, but it was the 10th highest. Excuse me.
See, yeah, you threw me off there. I was counting.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So the film became the 10th highest grossing film of 1986.
What was number one?
Do you really want me to tell you?
Yes.
Sure. Let's see. Top Gun, followed by Crocodile Dundee. Number 3,
What?
Platoon. Number
I've
4,
seen
The
it.
Karate Kid Part 2. Number 5, Star Trek. The
Yeah.
Voyage Back Home. 6, Back to School. Never heard of it. 7, Aliens. 8, The Golden Child. 9, Ruthless. 10, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Interesting. One day we should pick a year and watch the top 3 highest grossing movies of that year.
Sure. Not against that. In 2014, the film was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry by the Library of Congress, being deemed culturally, historically, or aesthetically significant. The film was followed by a television series starring Charlie Slater as the title. Did not fucking know that. And cast: Matthew Broderick as Ferris Bueller, a popular high school senior who ditches school. Alan Ruck as Cameron Fry, Ferris's best friend. Mia Sara as Sloane Peterson, Ferris's girlfriend. Jennifer Grey as Jeannie Bueller, Ferris's sister. Cindy Pickett as Kate Bueller, Ferris's mom. Lyman Ward as Tom Bueller, Ferris's father. Eddie McClurg as Grace Rooney's secretary. Charlie Sheen as Garth, the juvenile delinquent who flirts with Jenny in the police station. Garth Wahlbeck is his name.
Wahlbeck.
Jeffrey Jones as Edward Ed Rooney, the dean of students. I think that's all we really need to know.
All right. So the movie begins on a beautiful day in Chicago. The weather's nice. There's a report that says the weather's like 80 degrees and it's sunny, and maybe it's a Friday. Who knows? I'm not sure what day it is. And then we cut to Ferris Bueller. He is talking to the camera, to the viewer. She's breaking the fourth wall. And he's saying, hey, it's a beautiful day outside. I don't want to go to school. So I'm going to do what I usually do. I'm going to play sick. He's lying in bed. His parents come in. They're like, oh, my God, no, the baby's dying. Oh, no, my firstborn. Do you think they're twins?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who's older here? Because she has a car and he doesn't.
I think he got a computer and she got a car.
I guess they both couldn't get a car. But it made me assume that she was older because she got the car. But he's a senior. So maybe they are twins. I don't know.
Yeah, unless she got someone got pushed up a grade. But to me, they had to be twins.
Right.
So that was driving me insane. Halfway through the movie, I was like, what's going on?
Why haven't we identified who's older?
Right. But yes, the parents are so concerned with Ferris's sickness. But Jenny is standing in the background. She's like, I can't believe you guys are buying this. He does this every other week. He's clearly not sick. And they're like, Jenny, please stop. Your brother is dying.
The mom, when Jenny opens her mouth and she's like, oh my God, y'all aren't buying this, are you? The mom rolls her eyes at her like she's so insufferable.
Poor her.
I was like, y'all hate her.
I feel bad for her.
Her and her mom are going to have a terrible dynamic once they're older. Once she's older and out the house, they're going to have a horrible relationship. They probably have one now.
I hope her and Ferris get it together.
They do get it together at the end.
Because he seems like a ball as a brother.
Right. She'll grow to like him when she's older.
But Ferris has convinced his parents that he is sick and that he doesn't need to go to school. So everyone leaves for the day. Jenny has to go to school. In the moment after Ferris' parents leave, he gets up and he basically tells us he wants to enjoy the beautiful day, despite it being the 9th sick day he's had that semester, which apparently is bad.
I also read that the character Ferris, and it was based off of somebody he knew, John Hughes.
Oh.
I think all of these characters, the principal, Ferris, and Cameron are all based off of people that he knew.
Oh, sad.
I forgot who Ferris was based off of. Oh, some guy who grew up on the same street as. But that guy missed 27 days of school.
Okay, that's crazy. To me, 9's not that bad. But
I think we should have made it 27 for the movie. If you're threatening to hold me back, I need to have at least like 20 absences, 15.
Right. But yes, Ferris routinely breaks the fourth wall. He spends his morning, he hops in the shower, he talks to the audience, he gives them his philosophy, one of them being, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. 10 out of 10. He's right. Stop and smell the coffee. Break out the matrix. Go have fun.
Right. Although he has all of college to do that, but whatever, I guess.
Hey, you never know. Why wait? So cut to, it's school. We see his classmates sitting in the most boring class. The teacher's taking roll, and they get to Bueller.
He's sick! My best friend's cousin's brother's sister's cousin's boyfriend, mom's dad's uncle, knows this kid who saw Ferris throwing up outside of the movie theater last night, and his guts were laying on the concrete floor. So he's out.
The rumors begin. Also not in school is Ferris's best friend, Cameron. But Cameron's actually sick. And he is sick, cough sick, and he is mentally unwell. Poor baby. He suffers from anxiety, depression. So Ferris calls Cameron, and he's like, hey, buddy, I'm also off for today. Come pick me up. And Cameron's like, I'm sick. And Ferris does not care. He doesn't care. But he does care about Cameron's mental health. And he knows that Cameron is someone who's just going to lay around and be sad. And he wants them to enjoy the day together. Do you think Ferris took off because he knew Cameron wasn't going to be at school the next day?
No. Not at all.
That's what I like to think.
No. Okay. He is so manipulative. I think he's a terrible friend to Cameron. Terrible. He's so manipulative.
I don't think he's manipulative.
He definitely is. It's not. He doesn't mean it to be like in a bad way, but he's very manipulative. And Cameron is so vulnerable and so easy to mold. He's picked the perfect target. Like when Cameron was contemplating, he was like, you need to come over. He's like, I don't care if you're sick, blah, 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 blah. Come over. Do as I say. And then Cameron was sitting in the car and he was like, he's going to keep calling me and calling me if I don't come over. So I might as well just go. And he's like, no, I'm not going. I'm putting my foot down. But no, he's going to keep calling me. I'm like, oh my God, this poor fucking kid. Your dad fucking hates you and your best friend's your puppet master.
Well, I just don't think Ferris is coming from an evil place.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it's malicious, but he's still manipulative nonetheless.
For the best.
Right.
So I'm assuming Principal Rooney, or is he say he's the principal? Is he not the principal?
No, he's the dean of students, actually.
The dean of students. Principal Rooney.
Right. Why is he not the principal?
From now on, I'm calling him the principal. I don't care.
And what kind of high school has a dean of students? I thought that was only for college.
Right. This is
I didn't have no dean of students at my school.
Maybe schools that have like 5,000 people, 10,000. They have a
right.
dean. Yeah, they need someone to like, you watch some kids. But anyway, so Rooney is the dean of students. That's why he cares so much about Ferris. But he hears about the fact that Ferris is sick. He calls Ferris's mom because he hadn't heard about Ferris being in class. And the mom is like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I forgot to call. But Ferris is sick. And Rooney's like, well, could he be lying? Because this is literally his 9th day of being sick. And the mom's like, I don't recall him being sick for 9 days. And he's like,
exactly. Because he's yanking your dick, ma'am.
He's real crazy.
I know you haven't heard nothing about it. Because he be faking.
While he's on the phone with the mom and he's looking at the computer with the 9 days that say absence, he's looking at it and the numbers are going from 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2 sick days. He's like, what the hell? Cut to Ferris, who has a computer, and he, in his spare time, learned how to hack the school system, which I would imagine back in that time was probably relatively easy if you knew what you were doing. No security.
It probably was easy, but then also there was no YouTube to help you figure it out if you didn't know how to do it. Part. So you also had to learn on your own.
But yeah, and then Rooney also threatens to hold Ferris back if he continues to be sick, but now he's only been sick 2 days, so I don't know what that's going to be about. Then we cut to Jeannie. she's walking around school annoyed. Everyone keeps coming up to her and is like, hey, have you heard about Ferris? He's really sick and people are really concerned about him. Do you want to sign this letter? I don't think anyone knows that's his sister.
Right. There were a fair people that were like, hey, I'm sorry to hear about your brother. But most people were like, hey, do you want to sign this petition for Ferris Bueller? Do you know who he is? She's like, yeah, that's my fucking brother, you fuckface.
So if you haven't realized, Ferris is like the most popular guy at school. And now he's sick. So not only does he have popularity, he has empathy and sorrow and people feel bad for him. But yes, Ginny does not like this. She's annoyed to hear that people think he's on the brink of death and feel sorry for him when she knows for a fact that he is not sick. And then Ferris continues these rumors. Like a couple of kids from school call him. Freshmen. Oh, they were freshmen. He's like, yeah, I'm really sick. And he plays like sick coughing noises and throwing up. And
I don't know why he felt the need to prove that to the student body. Yeah. He's manipulative.
I don't know.
And then, so then he's on the phone telling these freshmen, he's like, yeah, I'm sick. And he's like, oh, sorry to hear that, man. And then Ferris is like, hey, give the phone to someone else. And so the freshman gives the phone to somebody else, and he repeats the lie to this other random high schooler. I'm just like, why? What's wrong with you, kid? Like, why do you need to tell everybody that you're sick?
I think he knows the power of gossip, and he really wants to get away with this, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But then we go back to Rooney. He's sitting in his office, and he has decided, he's sitting there with his secretary, Grace, and he has decided that he's going to make his life mission of today, and maybe of the future, to catch Ferris in his fake sickness act.
Yeah. Because he feels like Ferris will encourage these students to do the same and to follow in his bad behavior, and he doesn't want that. Him being the dean of students, he wants these kids on the straight and narrow. And Ferris is coming around with too many curves.
Nope.
And he wants to catch this little kid in the act and potentially hold him back for another year and ruin his life.
Damn him. So then we see a lovely girl named Sloane. She's sitting in class. She's bored. I love every time they show the school scenes. It's like everyone's bored out of their mind. Nice. Everyone looks miserable. And then they cut to Ferris. And he's like, woo, dancing, having a great time this morning.
I guess that's why he wanted to skip so bad.
I would love to see him in school. Like, what kind of person are you in class?
He probably up to shenanigans and ditching class even when he's at school.
I like to think he's a genius, though. He's just bored with school.
I feel like he's street smart, but not like book smart.
50-50. We meet Sloane. This is Ferris's girlfriend. So she's sitting in class. The nurse walks in and she starts grabbing her books even before the nurse tells her what's going on. I don't know if she knew that today they were skipping or if he warned her today was the day, but she's ready. The nurse takes her out of class and she says, I have some bad news for you. Your grandmother has passed away. And so I was like, oh no, goodness, how dare they take my grandmother? How will I deal with this? But she's smiling on the inside because she knows she gets to go home. Rooney hears about the death of the grandmother, and he's like,
a dead grandmother, you say? Huh. Who is this girl dating? And his assistant, Grace, and she's like, it's so hard to tell these days, but I have seen her around a lot with that Ferris Bueller. And Rooney's like, that's it. Bueller's up to this. And he tells his assistant, Grace, he's like, give me Sloane Peterson's father daytime line, because I'm calling him up. Just before she gets the dad, quote, quote, on the phone, he ends up calling Ed Rooney. And he picks up. Unbeknownst to Ed, however, it is Cameron on the other line pretending to be Sloane's father. So Ferris was able to get Cameron out the house. Now Cameron is mixed up in his shenanigans, and he's pretending to be Sloane's father on the line.
I'd like to speak with Mike. No, I can't do it.
Let me see if I can do it.
Rooney, I want my daughter out there front and center in the front of the school, 3 o'clock sharp. Better than I did.
Yeah. But he's pretending to be Sloane's father, and Rooney's not buying it. He's like, I know Ferris Bueller is behind this. So he's like, yeah, I'll let your daughter leave school. I'll release her once you produce a body. And Mr. Patterson was like, excuse me? And he's like, you heard me. Once you show me that dead corpse, then your daughter's free to go. School policy. And then as he's, playing into it, he's like, I've got Ferris Bueller right where I want him. This is a crock of shit. He even starts cursing at him because he thinks he's talking to Ferris. But then Grace gets a call from Ferris Bueller. Ferris actually calls the office and is like, hey, this is Ferris Bueller. Can I speak to Mr. Rooney? And Grace is like, oh, fuck. She runs to Ed. She's like, Ed, no. Ferris Bueller is on line 2. And Ed Rooney's like, aw, fuck. And he's like, I've been talking to this girl's real dad this whole time. And so he starts apologizing. He's like, oh, Mr. Peterson, I'm so sorry. And Cameron's still playing into it. And he's like, you would want to be. So they're under distress because they don't know what to do. They thought this was Ferris. But to them, it's not. But Ferris is one step ahead of them. He got Cameron doing his bidding, and he's using line 2 as the decoy.
But in Cameron's confusion and stress about pretending to be Sloane's dad, he accidentally tells Rooney, I'm going to come pick her up, and you better be outside waiting there with her, and I want to talk to you. And then Ferris is like, hang the fucking phone up. Why would you say that? He's like, I don't know. I didn't train for this. Poor Cameron. He's been a lot of pressure on this kid.
See, this is where he's manipulative. He turned it back on Cameron, but he's like, but you did kind of like fuck it up. And Cameron's like, how? And he's like, don't worry about that, but there's one way to make it up to me. And then they transition to him in the garage stealing his fucking car. A 1961 Ferrari that his father has reconstructed from scratch. He doesn't even drive it. Only has like 100 miles on it. And there's only 100 versions of this car. This 1961 red convertible Ferrari.
And him and his dad have a terrible relationship. I don't know if he's physically abusive, but at the very least, he's verbally abusive. I'm just saying that. I'm just going to guess it. But the man is terrified of his dad. That part, I'm just like, Ferris, why?
Right. That's why he's manipulative. So after calling Ed Rooney, they now go into Cameron's garage. And they're looking at the convertible in all of its glory. And Ferris is like, let's take it. And Cameron was like, have you lost your mind? And he's like, come on, Cameron. Ed Rooney is not going to believe that Sloane's father would pull up in like your car, not that piece of junk. And Cameron's like, let's come up with anything else. We could show up in a limo. Please, not this car. And Ferris was like, it's too late. I'm already inside of it. He gets in the car, he turns it on, he pulls off, and he's like, you coming? And Cameron reluctantly gets in the car. Manipulative! Okay, so Ed Rooney's in distress. He thinks he was talking to Sloane's actual father, so now he's kind of has to backpedal and make things right. So he goes in, retrieves Sloane, brings her to the front of school. Ferris pulls up in the red convertible. He's at a distance and in a disguise. He has a trench coat, a hat, sunglasses, and at far, he kind of does look like an adult man. Sloane gets into the car right before kissing Ferris on the mouth, to which Ed Rooney sees, and he's like, oh, so that's how it is in her family.
That was a terrible thing to do. Why would you
That
do
was so stupid. I was like, why would y'all make out in front of this man? Knowing that you're supposed to be playing her daddy.
He likes to live life on the edge. Also, Did you think he looked like Inspector Gadget there? I cannot unsee it.
I completely forgot about Inspector Gadget. He did.
He's wearing the exact same outfit. It's like foreshadowing.
Right. That is funny.
We need to do that movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot all about Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget. That's nostalgia right there. That and Flubber.
Flubber's a good one. Yeah, I don't know why, but that movie, when I think about it, it gives me stress.
Flubber or Inspector Gadget?
Flubber.
Probably because the flubber comes out of that guy's asshole in that one scene. That's a lot. That's a lot to experience.
Like that's where it started.
Right.
No, I think it's because I don't know. I think it's because he's like trying to catch it, or like things go bad and he loses it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like the child version of that fucking movie with Ed Patrick. Ed Pattinson. The one. What is it called? Wrap It Up. The one where he has the special needs brother and he's all over the place.
Oh, what is that one called?
It's chaotic like that. but for children.
What did you say? Did you say Robert Pattinson?
I said Ed Patrick. I meant to say Robert Pattinson. Anywho, they pick up Sloane.
Yay,
and now
they did it.
Their day of adventure can begin. We've got Cameron. We've got Ferris. We've got Sloane. Everyone's in the car. Let's ride.
So after this, the whole plan was to go back home. But Ferris is like, we got the car out. Let's make a day out of it. Cut to back at home. Ferris's mother hadn't been a little skeptical, goes back to the house to check in on Ferris to make sure he's actually sick. Ferris has his room all rigged up. When she opens the door, he has a dummy in bed. He has like strings that start playing a recording, and it's like him sleeping, and the mom's like, okay, great, he's asleep. So in the downtown city of Chicago, the gang, Ferris, Carmen, and Sloane. So the gang is in this city, downtown Chicago. They drop off the car because they don't want to drive around it, in the city because it's going to hike up the mileage. So they drop it off at a sketchy, the sketchiest garage.
I think it looked like sketchy. It looked like a downtown garage.
That's not where I would park my 1961 convertible. I wouldn't park it there.
I wouldn't park it in downtown Chicago anywhere.
I wouldn't park it where I had to get someone the keys. Nah, these keys staying with me. So what I think is one of the sketchiest places you can park a car. Then the most sketchiest man comes out. Ferris offends the man asking, do you speak English?
And he's like, where the fuck do you think you are?
Right.
He's like, what country do you think we're in?
So Ferris gives him $5 bills. He's like, take care of the car, which in today's time is $15. Actually, not that bad for...
Yeah, it's a decent tip.
That's a pretty good tip for a car. Cameron is like, I don't want to leave the car here. I don't like this place. I don't like the vibes. But Ferris is like, what can go wrong? And I'm going to give this guy $5. And he's going to take care of everything. And the guy, the most sketchiest man in the world, is like, yeah, guys, go have fun. I'm going to take care of the car.
I'll take perfect care of it.
The gang starts walking to their destination. Unbeknownst to them, behind them, the attendant that they just gave the keys to pulls off in the red Ferrari. His best friend hops in the car, and those two go joyriding. They are low-key adult Ferris Buellers.
I just saw them as criminals.
Wow. He was given, do you speak English, apparently, to Ferris.
Right. But when he asked that, I thought that was a valid question, though, because he did look like European foreign. Like he from Russia or something.
Also, but that's a crazy question to ask somebody.
He did look like he didn't speak English. Like, he did have, like, a non-American face.
I would never go up to someone and say, do you speak English in America? I'd just assume you spoke English. And if you didn't, we'll go from there.
We'll establish it after. Right. We'll establish that you don't speak English after I open the dialogue.
Okay. So the next place they go to is a Chicago Stock Exchange. Didn't know they had their own. Fun. Very similar to the New York Stock Exchange. Crazy, crowded. Somehow they found a room to chill in and watch everything. And Ferris asks Sloane, do you want to get married? She's like, yeah, eventually. He's like, no, do you want to get married tomorrow?
No, he said today.
Today, excuse me.
As part of their adventure. Do you want to get married today? And she's like, no. And he's like, why not? Well, think of one bad reason, other than the fact that we're extremely young, have no money, are still in high school, and you would be the only married cheerleader. And she's like, yeah, exactly. And Cameron's like, I could give you 2 bad reasons. My father and my mother. And they both look at him. Sloane and Cameron are like, okay.
Why are they acting like this is the first time they talk to him? I know he's like this all the time.
Right. They're like, let's unpack this.
Right.
And he's like, it's like that freaking car. He loves the car and hates his wife. And they're like, oh.
Okay.
Tough home life you got there, kid.
They're like, okay, next scene, I guess.
Right. I guess we should chipper up the mood. So next, they go to this fancy, schwanky restaurant that's like French. And they're trying to have lunch there. But this is clearly a restaurant that's like reservation only. So once they get in, Ferris goes to the hostess stand where no one is currently standing there. He looks at the reservation booklet because this is 1986 and everything is written by hand. And he sees there is a reservation for 12 p.m. by an Abe
Foreman
for 3 people at 12 p.m. The hostess comes back to the stand. Ferris says, hi, I'm Abe Foreman here for my reservation. 3 people, 12 o'clock. And the hostess is like, "You're Abe Foreman?" And Ferris is like, "Yes." And he says, "You're the sausage king of Chicago?" And Ferris is like, his face is like, "Oh, fuck." And he's like, "Oh, yeah, that's me." And the hostess is like, "Okay, it's time to get you and the rest of your field trip and go back on the bus because I'm not doing this with you." And Ferris is like, "Are you trying to say that I'm not who I say I am?" And the hostess is like, "I know you're not who you say you are." And Ferris is like, "Ugh, this is so incredibly rude." The hostess is like, "Please get out. I'm not doing this little song and dance with you. Y'all are children. You don't have a reservation. You're not Abe Foreman. Leave before I call the police." And Ferris is like, "Call him." And the hostess is like, "I've got other things to do." Ferris is like, "Fine, I'll call them." And some kind of way, the hostess like walks away. He's like, "I don't have time for this," walks away. Sloane and Cameron are like, "Okay, can we wrap this up? We're gonna get busted." Ferris is determined. He's like, "I'm not gonna let this little guy intimidate me." So of course he's quick on his feet and he thinks of a plan. Some kind of way, he has Sloane call the restaurant, and the hostess that he was having an exchange with picks up, and Sloane says to the hostess, she's like, "I'm looking for Abe Foreman." And the hostess is like, "We have an Abe Foreman that has a reservation down today. Can you describe what he looks like?" And Sloane says, "Black hair, leather jacket, white shirt, incredibly handsome." And so now the host is like, "Fuck, maybe that is Abe Foreman." Because this lady has just described him down to the T. So the plan worked. The hostess apologizes to Ferris and seats them.
Enchanté, very bougie. At one point, Ferris goes to the bathroom, and once again, he talks to the audience, us, and he talks about how he's concerned for Cameron's mental health. And he says that's one of the reasons why he took the car, because he knew he's been eyeing it, Cameron, not him, but also him, and he thought it would be good for him to get out because the man's in his head. It needs to he needs to live life.
Right. And he was like, he's always sick. But, like, I think it's, like, self-induced. Like, he induces this sickness onto him.
Right, because your mind is powerful. And he's so depressed that he's making himself sick. Because, I mean, in the beginning of the movie, he did look very sickly. By now, in the restaurant, he looks fine.
He looks fine, yeah. There's nothing wrong with him.
Ferris leaves the bathroom, and then right behind him, a man gets out the stall, and it is his father. His father works downtown, and throughout this whole movie, they have very close encounters. Even when they're trying to leave the restaurant, the dad's standing outside, but they're able to get away by sneaking into a taxi and driving off. Back to Rooney, he has officially begun his investigation to find Ferris, chop him down, get him expelled, thrown into jail, shot, gagged, murdered. So he goes to, I guess, which is like a very popular restaurant where all the kids hang out, and he sees someone of Ferris's build, haircut, jacket, style, walks up to them and he said, "I got your ass now." Something like that. The person turns around and it is a young lesbian lady. She takes her drink, she puts it in her mouth, and she spits it in his face. And he's like, "Yeah, they're coming." Then we see Rooney wiping his face off. Next to him is a television. He's not paying attention, but on the screen is Ferris, Cameron, and Sloane in attendance, but Rooney misses it.
And Ferris catches a foul ball.
And then we cut to the gang having a great time at the Chicago's baseball game. One of the theories that there is out there about this movie is that Ferris Bueller is stuck in a groundhog situation. They repeats the same day over and over again. And that's why he's really good at like everything. That's why he's able to catch the foul ball at the perfect seat. That's why he's able to get on the float. That's how he knows when Cameron, he's like, and this is the part where Cameron freaks out when the car mileage is all messed up. That's how he's able to make the perfect day. And then people say like, they also said like, that's why he's so in love with Sloane, even though they just started dating kind of recently, like they're newly dated, but it's because he's lived this day a couple times. But I don't like that theory.
Yeah, I was about to say that's stupid.
Yeah, there's another theory that I will speak on later.
Okay.
Not that stupid. I can kind of believe it.
No, I didn't like that.
I just think he's got really good luck.
I think him, Ferris Bueller, and Jason Shepard from Big Fat Liar possess the same aura. They both have this I can do whatever I want. The world is my oyster. No one can stop me. I have the best of luck.
Charisma.
I have this charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent. And I am a heterosexual white male, young kid who can get away with anything. So that's why all of these things align and work out for me. I can do whatever I want. They have that same aura.
Yeah, I believe in them. So Rooney goes to his second location. I'm not sure why he didn't start here in the first place, but he goes to Ferris's home. He rings the doorbell, and there he hears Ferris's voice. Sorry, I can't come to the door right now. I'm very sick. And then Rooney presses the intercom. He's like, you better get your ass out here. I know you're not sick in there. I can't come down the stairs because I could faint and die and hurt myself. And then Rooney's like, you better come down here now. And he's like, thanks for coming. And then he presses the doorbell again, and the recording repeats. Rooney realizes this is a pre-recorded conversation that he's having. Ferris thought of everything, and he realizes that Ferris is not home. At this point, Rooney is not giving up. He's like, I'm going to get my ass in this house. He goes around back. I guess he decides to peek through the window to see if he can see anything. He gets stuck in mud. I kind of think it's sewage at this point. It's like really muddy, so much mud that it's kind of shitty. Like, I feel like they have like a sewage system.
Really thick.
He loses a shoe. He's getting mud everywhere. He's turning on the hose. He's trying to hose himself down.
He rips his pants.
Yeah, he rips his pants. It's a lot going on. Rooney gets his shoe out the mud. He sits down off to the side to catch his breath, and he looks to his right. There's a door behind him, and he realizes there's a doggy door. He peeks inside. He's like, oh, great, this is how I get in. But I'm around the corner of the kitchen island.
Where there is a doggy door, there is a dog.
And the fucking dog they have is a Rottweiler. Now, why would y'all let that badass dog in and out the house at any time that it pleases?
Right, that's so true. And they don't have a fence.
That dog's able to roam the streets of Chicago?
They don't even look like the type of family that would have a Rottweiler. Like, why don't you have a golden retriever? A golden lab?
Qualm with this movie. Who in this house picked that dog? I don't know what's a mama. I know it wasn't maybe Jenny.
That's Jenny dog.
That's Jenny dog right there. Gotta be. It got her spirit. But the dog comes out the doggy hole and chases Rooney everywhere. He's able to get it trapped on like one side of the gate, and the dog has his shoe, and now Rooney, I guess he really wants that shoe back because it's evidence. I don't know why he just didn't let it go, but he hangs out to figure out how to get the fucking shoe back. Cut to Jenny, having been fed up with all the news about her brother being sick. She saw Ferris pick up Sloane outside. Like she's fed up with it, and she at one point she has like a talk to herself. She's like, just let it go. Just let it go. Then she's like, but why does he get to skip school? Why does he have a good day? And she's like, well, you got a car. But she's like, no.
He gets away with everything. Why should he be allowed to get away with everything?
She cuts class. She's like, I'm going off as well. And then the gang, the next scene they go to, or the place they go to, is the Art Institute of Chicago. I think this is my favorite scene in the whole movie. It's very calming after the art. The gang gets in a taxi. They're in a taxi. At this part, Cameron's like, all right, we had a great day. We can go and head on home. And Ferris is like, no, we have until 6. 6? You're trying to stay out till 6 o'clock?
Right. You need to be done by 3.
So Cameron's like, let's go home. I'm stressed. I know you don't care about me. And Ferris is like, I don't care about you. What?
He asked him, what have you seen today? And Cameron says, nothing much.
What?
Ferris is like, nothing much. Nothing much. We caught a foul ball at Wrigley Field. Mm-hmm. We saw priceless art. We ate at a French restaurant. We saw the top of Chicago. And nothing much.
I showed you the sun.
Right. I showed you the world. Before they can continue on with their argument, Cameron is trying to get Ferris's attention while in the taxi cab. Because the car right next to them, Ferris's father, is in that vehicle. No. Not good. So they look over, see Ferris's father. Ferris's father looks over, sees Ferris, thinks he's hallucinating, looks back at his newspaper, then looks back and sees only Sloane in the car with sunglasses on. And Cameron and Ferris are sitting on the ground, on the floor of the car, hiding. So Sloane, I was very confused as to why he didn't recognize Sloane. I was like, if he's dating this girl, shouldn't he know what the fuck
I think
she
it's
looks like?
relatively new, so maybe he hasn't brought her home yet.
So he can't be talking about marrying this girl if she ain't even met the parents.
It's Groundhog's Day. You've been living the same day for 100 days.
No, he's just an idiot. So luckily, they were able to very thinly get past Ferris's father.
After she flirts with him for a little bit, I thought that was funny.
I thought that was inappropriate.
I thought it was hilarious.
So yeah, Ferris's dad is like looking because he thought he saw his son for a second, and now he just sees Sloane, and she's like blowing kisses at him and winking. I was like, bitch, if I was Ferris, I'd be like, bitch, all right, enough. That's my daddy.
No.
Relax.
I think it was funny.
Relax.
It was funny. He goes, what is he doing? She said he's making obscene gestures and licking
with his hand
and licking the
window.
Oh,
I didn't think that was funny either. I didn't think that was funny. I didn't think that was appropriate for her to say.
Cut to. Somehow Ferris has gotten away from Sloane and Cameron after they got in a taxi. There's a parade downtown on a random day. It's packed. So Sloane and Cameron are walking. They're like, where do you think he ditched us?
Cameron's like, he went back to school. Sloane was like, he would never go back to school. Cameron's like, he would do it just to piss us off.
Which is hilarious. They look to their left or the right or whatever, and they see Ferris up on the float. And he's singing, Darker Shame, oh baby, darker shame.
Right before he dedicates the song. A friend who said he hasn't seen much of anything today. This one's for you.
Sweet. They tried to get up on the float or like get him down, but a police officer comes. He's like, get out the street, get out of here. Leaving them to walk away from the parade. And the two start to discuss their life after college. Cameron
I couldn't tell if they were holding hands or not.
I don't think so. I didn't get that.
It looked like they were holding hands to me.
I don't think they were. Wow. I don't think she would do that. I don't think Cameron surely doesn't have the balls, and Sloane probably thinks his hands are sweaty.
I thought it was sweet that they were holding hands. If they were, I thought it was sweet.
But Cameron basically says that Ferris is able to get away with anything and everything.
And Cameron says, I can't handle anything.
And he's really concerned what's going to happen in college because what is he going to do without Ferris? And he also doesn't want to do anything. Like, he's not excited for college. He doesn't want to do anything. Neither does Sloane. And then they're like, what do you think Ferris is going to do? And Cameron goes, he's probably going to be like a line cook or something. Because I can't imagine him going to college either. So they make their way back to the parade. And now Ferris is singing, twist and shout, come on, twist it up, baby. Twist it up, baby, go on, twist and shout. Twist and shout, twist it up, baby. So the whole crowd, this is a crowd favorite in Chicago. And the crowd goes crazy. For whatever reason, I was watching this movie the first time. I cannot stop picturing Ferris dying. I don't think he's going to live a long life. I think he's going to be one of those people he dies young. I just feel like he shines too bright for this world. I feel like
so funny.
He will never conform to
society.
And I feel like his soul was like, hey, you've reached your max. Let's go and head home.
I never thought about that ever. But now that you say it, like I can see that being the case.
Yeah.
Like he died in like a plane crash or like
or something.
A skiing accident.
Just something random.
Trying to have too much fucking fun.
I just feel like he's one of those people, the movies are like, when he walked into the room, he lit up.
Right.
They never make it. And that's what Ferris is. But he's having a good time. Even his music reaches up to his dad's office.
Yeah, the high-rise building that his father's working in, the music goes all the way up there. Yeah. And even he starts to dance.
So back at the Ferris home, Rooney is still trying to get his freaking shoes back from the dog. Jeannie arrives home. So she runs into the house, goes into Ferris's room, opens the door, and opens it fast enough that the dummy pops out. And she's like, I knew it. Rooney heard or like kind of saw like a glimpse of someone go into the house. He thinks it's Ferris. For whatever reason, he's like, I'm going to go into this house. So he goes in behind Jenny. Jeannie is on the phone with her mom and it's like, Ferris is cheating. He's lying. How can you blah, 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 blah. And she's like, your brother's sick. Get off the phone. So while she hears someone downstairs, Rooney is in the house. He thinks that he's walking upon Ferris. Jeannie thinks she's walking upon Ferris. They're on other sides of the end of the kitchen. So creeping up on each other. And then they both pop. They're like, gotcha. And then Jeannie sees it's not her brother. Karate chops the man in the face. I don't care who you is. She don't think she realizes Mr. Rooney yet. She's just like survivor mode. Kicks him, knocks him out, or he falls. She runs back upstairs, calls 911. There's a burglar in my house. He's trying to kill me. Send help ASAP.
I love Jeannie because she's like, I'm young, I'm cute, and I'm very protective of my body.
Period.
There's an intruder in my home. I was like, go off, sis. Absolutely. Jeannie's my favorite character.
I like her. I'm not mad at her.
Yeah. I'm not into Sloane, but I like Jeannie.
I love Sloane. Why don't you like Sloane?
I think Sloane is this made-up sexist manifestation of what John Hughes believes the perfect woman is. Some girl who's like carefree and so chill and doesn't care and makes out with her boyfriend in front of the principal and is okay with her boyfriend's friend looking at her naked, and she would actually be cool about it. And they
whoa.
That's what I think he thinks exists when he was writing Sloane.
No.
Jeannie, however, I think is a true manifestation of a bitch who is like, you know what? I've had up to here about my parents favoring this kid. I'm an independent woman and I'm going to catch him. And I'm very protective of my body and I can karate chop this man who's broken into my home. I'm a Jeannie girl.
I like Jeannie, but also like Sloane. Sloane is chill. She's like the female version of Ferris. So after Jeannie has called the police, she hops on the intercom to tell the burglar, hey, Mr. Burglar, if you're still in the house, I have 1, call the police. 2, I have
my father's gun. And 3, I have a raging case of herpes.
Rooney hears this and he's like, oh, let me go. On his way out, unbeknownst to him, he drops his wallet. Dun, dun, dun. That's going to come into later. And he heads back to his car. This whole time, in his fit of rage and his fit of vengeance, he parked his car in front of a fire hydrant. And basically the whole time he was inside or dicking around inside Ferris's house, he's been getting tickets. And as he's running outside, his car is getting towed. He has one shoe on. He's trying to chase down the tow truck. It's not a good day for him. I always think about do you remember in New Girl when, I think it must have been when Jess was talking to Nick and she was like, I hate Ferris.
Rooney's my people. She's like, I hate this kid, Ferris. I'm on Team Rooney. Rooney's my people. I'm in education.
That's the only time I've ever disagreed with Jess. Jess, calm down. Don't be a pick me.
No, I was with Jess. I was like, I get it.
No, JD broke into someone's house. Let it go.
Oh, well, yeah. I agree with Jess being on Rooney's side. I'm like, yeah, that's real. As an educator, I can respect it.
I guess, but he was doing a lot. Like, sir, get a wife. Get a dog, get a hobby, but don't get Ferris Bueller because he's above you. So the gang has had a full day. We ended it off with a lovely concert rendition. We're going to get in our red Ferrari and head back home. They get in the car. It looks nice. They get the keys back from the sketchy park attendant and they get in the car. They're driving. Cameron's actually in a good mood. He's sitting on top of the Ferrari. He looks happy. But Ferris notices, he looks at the mileage and he says, hey, Cameron, what did you say the mileage was when we left?
126 miles and 3/4 of a quarter.
Wow. And then Ferris looks at it and it's currently now 301 miles, 0.7. Right. So Cameron sees this and he goes into a semi-catatonic state.
He freaks the fuck out. So after he has this episode, well, he's not really done. Ferris and Sloane are trying to calm him down. They park the car. They're somewhere outside sitting. Sloane is looking over Cameron, trying to get him to snap back into it. Cameron is frozen solid. He won't blink. He won't move. He's a mute. He's just like in shock. And Ferris again turns to the camera. He's talking to the audience. And he expresses his concerns once again that he has for Cameron. He's scared that Cameron, he's never been in love before. He's scared that the first girl that he sleeps with is the girl he's going to marry because to him, that'll probably be the best he'll ever get. And she'll walk all over him. And, he won't be able to look out for him because they're seniors. They'll have the summer. He'll work over the summer. Cameron will work over the summer. They'll see each other at night and on the weekends. But then they'll go to 2 different colleges and that'll be it. He's like, I can't look after him. I'm scared for him. And he's like, but Sloane, that's a whole different problem. She still got another year of high school. Now he done turned to Sloane. Sloane got a whole another year of high school. She's a junior. But I was serious about wanting to marry her. So I don't know. He was just getting all this off of his chest.
Those two shouldn't get married.
They should not.
I go 50-50. I'm like, they could, but I just feel like it would end sadly because I feel like Ferris would just not act right.
If she was a senior, they would have been fine. But because she's a junior, it'll never work out. Once the boy goes to college and you're still in high school, he's not gonna want you. Once he gets to taste that college punani,
oh God,
he'll never go back.
I think he would be faithful. I just don't think he would ever grow up. I don't know.
No, and he would have to go somewhere close. Like Chicago University.
He seems like the type of person who would drop out of school after a semester or two, so maybe come back.
He seems like the person who will go to college, somehow get into Harvard, drop out of Harvard, invent an app, and then become a billionaire. That's what Ferris gives me.
Yeah. So they head home to, I think it's Cameron's house. One of them got a pool. They're by someone's house with a pool. They're chilling. Ferris and Sloane are in the pool, in the jacuzzi, while Cameron is sitting on a chair right next to the pool, and he's still not talking. At one point, I think he sees like a coin at the bottom of the pool, and he leans into the pool, and he falls into it, and he allows his body to sink and not come up. Ferris is like, well, it's been a while. I'm concerned. So he hops in the pool. He saves Cameron from almost drowning, pulls him out the pool. He's concerned. He's worried. He's like, oh my God, Cameron, wake up. And then Cameron bursts out to laugh, and he said, Ferris, you're my hero. And Ferris is like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you serious right now? That was a joke? And they kind of kiki, laugh, ha ha. They're back. Cut to Jeannie. They done arrested my girl because they thought she was doing a prank call. Arrested? Right. Jail?
So she's sitting inside of the police station, and this guy, real greaser looking guy, leather jacket, black hair. It's Charlie Sheen. He looks terrible. I don't like how pale they made him look.
They made him look like he was fresh off of meth.
It's like they told him, hey, don't go outside for 7 months so you can do this thing.
Right. Why do you want the girl to be attracted to a crackhead? Calm down, guys. But also he looks kind of hot because he does look like a bad boy.
But that's the thing. He would have looked hot if they hadn't made him so ghostly pale.
Fresh off of meth.
So Jeannie is sitting in the lobby of the police station next to what's his name? Garth? I think his name's Garth. But a young Charlie Sheen.
For sure.
That's what it said on the cast.
Yeah, no.
He turns to her and he's like, so what are you in for? And Jeannie is like, I'm not talking to you. You're a criminal. And he's like, I'm in here for drugs. And she's like, I really don't care why you're in here. And he's like, are you in here for drugs? And she's like, no. And she's like, I'm in here because I tried to bust my brother from skipping school. Then when I tried to bust him, there was an intruder in my house. So I called the police and the intruder was gone. So they arrested me for making a phony phone call, even though there was a real intruder in my house. And then Garth is like, why do you care if your brother skips school? And she's like,
question.
Because he can't do that. We all have to go to school. I have to go to school. He should have to go to school. And he was like, that's your problem. And she was like, what do you mean that's my problem? And he's like, instead of focusing on your brother, you should be focused on yourself. And she's like, what the fuck do you know?
Maybe he's smoking weed.
Right.
Take it back. That's not meth head thoughts. That's weed thoughts.
They're having this like kind of like flirtatious exchange. At first, Jeannie wasn't feeling it, but now she's like, you're kind of cute.
But then he says, you should talk I know someone you should talk to.
And she's like, who? Ferris Bueller? And he's like, yeah, you know him? And she's like, ah!
Now we're at Cameron's house. They're sitting outside of his dad's garage. In the background, we see the red Ferrari hiked up. And they have the wheels going in reverse so they can rewind the odometer so the mileage will reverse. While that's happening, Cameron is talking with Sloane and Ferris, and he's saying that he basically went into like a deep meditation, and he realized he no longer wanted to stress, and he no longer wanted to wish he was dead, and he just was sick of like being in this negative state, and he's ready to stand up to his father, and he's very grateful for the day.
And he said it was the best day of his life. Aww. And he also said he was going to miss them next year. He's like, I'm going to miss you guys next year.
Oh, because you know, and this is before, surely before
Right. I
Skype.
was like, wait, they're really, yeah, they have nothing. All they
They have
have is
nothing.
phone calls. There's no Facebook. There's no Instagram.
You gotta hope you catch
There's no
somebody.
FaceTime. I was like, oh my God.
That makes me sick.
So the three of them go back into, it's not a garage. It's like a
It's a
foyer.
garage. No,
A
it's a garage.
pavilion.
It's a lovely garage. It's a garage.
A pavilion.
What's a pavilion?
I don't know. When I was Googling and taking my notes, they called it a pavilion.
It's a glass garage.
So they go back to where the car is. Cameron's like, I'm gonna check on the car. He looks at the car and he's like, Ferris, these numbers are not going down. They're increasing. This shit is at like 400 miles.
No, it wasn't increasing, was it?
Yeah. It was increasing it.
Oh. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
If it wasn't going down, what else it was doing?
I thought it was just staying still.
No,
Yeah.
it was increasing the miles. That's why he crashes out. So Cameron's freaking out because he's like, this shit is not going down. What am I supposed to do? And now I think Cameron has really reached his breaking point. And he's like, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck this. Fuck my dad. Fuck these miles. Fuck this car. Cares more about this car than he cares about me. I don't care if he sees this car and sees all the miles jacked up on it. I don't give a shit. Then he starts kicking the car. I hate him. Kicks it again. I hate this car. Cares more about this car than he does me. He's kicking it. He's kicking it. He's kicking it. He's giving the car the business. To the point where Sloane is about to stop him. And Ferris grabs Sloane. He's like, no. Let him do it. He needs this. Ferris is like, do not interrupt him. He needs to let this out. And he stops kicking it. And he kind of is like, you know what? It's fine. He's going to come home. He's going to kill me. It's going to force him to actually speak to me for once. So let that be that. You know, he done. Now we're at a point of no return because he's dented the shit out of the car. He's broken the windshield. He gives that car one final kick. And that's the kick that ends it all, baby. He kicks that car. The car falls off of whatever jack platform they have it on. They had it jacked up. Falls off the jack. The jack breaks. It's rolling in reverse. They have the car in reverse. So it rolls back. This garage is made out of glass. That's why I'm calling it a pavilion. The garage is made out of glass. And Cameron's house is in the woods. And it's like an elevated house. Like above the trees.
They're rich.
Very lovely modern home. So he kicks that car, falls off the jack. It rolls into reverse and falls out of the window. Into the woods. Into the ground. It crashes. And Cameron, of course, once again, frozen. Sloane and Ferris go to take a look. And Cameron's like, what did I do? And Ferris says, you killed the car.
I would pick up my bag and I would run away and I would never return.
I honestly feel like the car might still be salvageable.
Yeah, but there's no way that your dad's coming home and seeing that and not. It's either you're gonna die that night or you might run away.
I really wish we could have seen the conclusion of that story, but we don't. So Ferris tells Cameron, he's like, look, Cameron, I'll take the fall for this. This is entirely too much heat. You don't want it. I'll take the fall. Your dad doesn't like me anyway, so he'll definitely believe I did it. And Cameron's like, no, I won't let you do that. I won't let you take the fall. Cameron says, if I didn't want this to happen, I wouldn't have let you take in the car this morning. And Ferris is like, yeah, but I convinced you. And Cameron's like, I could have stopped you. You're not unstoppable, Ferris.
Right.
And then he like smiles at him. That's the fucking end. That's the last time we see Cameron.
Second theory. People think conspiracy.
Cameron's dead or something?
No.
He's a dead kid.
I don't think he survived the night, personally. But that's not the conspiracy theory. It's that Cameron imagined this whole day and that he was actually just lying in bed high off of cough syrup, and he imagined having a great day with the most popular kid in school and this girl he had a crush on, and it was all a figment of his imagination, and it's like a version of what he wants to be, and which kind of makes sense to me because I always was like, why would Ferris hang out with Cameron? But then I can also see why Ferris would hang out with Cameron.
I assume that they were just like best friends since they were younger.
Oh, that's nice. I assume that Ferris would hang out with Cameron because he likes it. Like he he seems like the type of person that would hang out with, like, oh, that guy needs help. I don't know. He seems like a nice guy.
Right.
Like, he likes a project.
I believe this theory better than the Groundhog's Day theory.
Yeah, I do believe this theory. But I prefer the Groundhog's Day theory because of that. The Cameron theory makes me very sad.
Right. The Cameron theory
makes me
is sad.
So sad. But like, even like when he's sick in bed in the very beginning of the movie, he like gets off the phone with Ferris. He's like, I'm dying. And then Ferris calls him back. He's like, you're not dying.
Oh, huh?
It's like, why? Yeah.
It's
just like, why is he in his brain? Because he is him. I don't know. But I don't like that theory.
I know, it's kind of depressing.
Back at the police station, the mom has gone to pick up Jeannie from being arrested. In the background, while the mom is talking to the head chief in charge, we see that Jeannie is making out with what's his name? Garth. And the mom walks out and she's like, oh, excuse me? I can't believe you made me come all the way down here and you're making out with this guy. And she's like, let's go. And now Jeannie is giddy and like excited. And she's like, okay, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. My mom wants me to leave. But I hope she never gets that man's contact information.
I know. Why? I hope she dates him. I hope she lives on the edge a little.
Jade,
give her mom a headache.
He's changed to a police
He was
bench.
chained to the bench?
He was cuffed.
Oh, wow.
He was cuffed.
I didn't notice. Jeannie and her mom, I guess they get in Jeannie's car. I don't know how they ended up taking one car.
I think it's the mom's car, but I think she was like, you drive.
Yeah, but Jeannie's driving. The mom's giving Jeannie shit. She's like, you made me leave my meeting with the Vermont people. I almost closed that deal. I was going to buy Ferris a car with my commission. And Jeannie's like, oh, I'm sorry, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, Ferris and Sloane, it's time for them to conclude their day. The sun's setting, 6 o'clock's almost here. I guess they're in the backyard of Sloane's home. They kiss, and Sloane's like, I had a really good time with you today. And he's like, yeah, me too. And he's like, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. And they're like, yeah. And then he's like, oh, shit. He looks at the time. He's got to go. He runs off. He's like, I'll call you later. She's like, okay, I love you. And he's like, I love you too. And then Sloane says, he's going to marry me. Ferris is on the run. He's got to hurry up and get home before his parents get home. He's got to fake sick. So he's running through the neighborhood trying to get home. And as he's running, he runs out into the street. And that very street that he runs out into is the street that Jeannie and his mom are driving down. Jeannie almost hits him. She stops the car, almost hits him. The mom's papers fly everywhere. She's distracted. She's picking up her papers. She's like, oh my God, Jeannie, you made me drop all my papers. Jeannie and Ferris lock eyes. Jeannie's like, oh, bitch, I'm about to get you. And Ferris is like, not so fast, bitch. So he takes off running. She takes off driving. The mom is like, slow down. Why are you driving so fast? She's like, I can't focus if you're yelling at me. She's driving down the streets of suburban Chicago. So much so, she captures the attention of the police because she's speeding. Meanwhile, Ferris's dad is also on the road driving home from work as well. And Ferris is making a run for it. He's hopping through neighborhoods, running through yards, running through people's houses. And it is a nail biter. He drives. The dad is driving down the road. Ferris ends up on another road, the same road that the dad is driving on. They almost see each other once again. He runs through someone's yard, jumps on their trampoline, jumps over the fence, lands into his yard, runs to the back door, and as he's about to open the door, he's looking for the key that's underneath the mat. It's not there. He looks up. There's feet. There's feet standing right in front of him. There's foot. He looks up, and it is Ed Rooney, looking like shit. Feet covered in mud, bloody face, bloody nose. Smelly. He looks like crap. He looks down at Ferris, and he says, you looking for this? And it's the key to the back door. And he's like, Ed Rooney's like, I've been waiting a long time for this, Bueller. The jig is up. You're caught. You're toast. Tell me this. How does another year of high school sound? Meanwhile, Jeannie and her mom, they pull up. Jeannie runs through the house. The mom's distracted. She talks to the fucking dad. Jeannie, I guess, gets to change the heart. I don't know why she decides to do a freaking 180. I think she should have nailed Ferris, but she doesn't.
No. To beat the man.
Whatever.
It's not fun.
I guess she saw like Ed Rooney's wallet on the floor and was like, I don't know.
And she like heard them talking outside too, because she's like right by the door.
And instead of letting him be busted, she intervenes. She walks through the door, opens it up, and she's like, Ferris! Oh my goodness, where have you been? Mr. Rooney, thank you so much for dropping him off. Can you believe a boy as sick as Ferris decided to walk home from the hospital? And Ed Rooney's like, and Ferris is like, wait, you gonna help me out? Jeannie looks at him. She gives him a wink. She's like, come on inside. We've been waiting for you all day. Ferris walks inside the house. Jeannie turns to Mr. Rooney and she's like, hey, Mr. Rooney, you left your wallet on our kitchen floor. Mr. Rooney's like, oh, fuck. She knows I was in the house. Plot foiled. You can't bust the kid for playing hooky if you snuck into their home. That counteracts anything you would have had on him. No luck for Rooney. He doesn't get to bust Ferris Bueller. But he does get attacked by their Rottweiler one last time.
Good. Ferris is able to make it up to his bed in the nick of time. He goes in there, he gets under the sheets. His recording of him sleeping is still coming on while his parents are at the door. He throws the ball that he caught from the Chicago Cubs game, and he throws it perfectly at the cassette player or whatever the hell, and it turns it off. He lays down, and his parents walk in. They're like, oh, poor baby. You look so sick. You look so sick and sad. Are you okay? They leave. Ferris turns over, and he says, yeah, I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. That is the message of the movie. Skip the day, guys. Go out and have fun. Break out the Matrix. Enjoy yourself.
Live a little.
Unfortunately, the movie does end on a high note. We see Rooney again walking home, just shovels, sad, smelly, missing a shoe. And the school bus that he works at pulls up, and the bus driver is like, Mr. Rooney, are you okay? Did you get beat up? He's like, leave me alone, woman. She's like, do you need a ride? He's like, fuck.
He really does. Because his car got towed.
So he hops on the bus. It hasn't dropped off one kid yet. It must have just started his route. Every seat is full. He gets on the bus. Every kid is looking at him like, what the fuck? I can't believe this is Rooney. He sits down in the back of the bus by the nerdiest young girl. Sweet enough, she offers him one of her pocket gummies, and he throws it rudely. And then, you know what? I don't supposed to offer him anymore, because why would you throw that girl a pocket gummy right there?
I missed that. I don't remember this scene at all.
Oh, at the very end? Yeah.
I must have stopped watching.
Yeah.
I did not see that part.
And that's how it ends. Rooney on the bus. And then that happens, and then they cut back to Ferris's home, and he peeks out from the kitchen. He's like, what are you doing? Are you still here? It's over. And the movie ends.
Oh.
But yeah, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I forgot how good of a movie this is. It actually made me very happy.
It's not my favorite John Hughes movie. It's not my top.
I think it's
3.
just but it's a feel-good movie.
Yeah, it's solid. It stands the test of time.
I think so.
But
it's just fun.
I like it better when he has a female at the forefront. Or a child, like in Home Alone.
He wrote Home Alone?
Yes.
I knew that. Just testing you. Did not know he wrote Home Alone. What?
We've discussed it when we did Home Alone.
I can't remember it all. I just know his 80s classics. Yeah. But I really like this movie. I really enjoyed it. Who's your favorite character? Jeannie.
Jeannie. But of course,
I like Cameron. I'm rooting for him.
I like Cameron too. I remember thinking when I was younger watching this movie that Cameron was just so freaking cute. When I watched it this time, I was like, I don't see that. I don't feel that same emotion. I remember thinking he was so freaking cute. And I watched it this time and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, right.
Not adorable. Ugh, but I was like, I don't remember why I thought that.
He's not like ugly, but it's just like, in a way, you just want to give him a hug.
Right. He's not. He's a fine looking man, but
right. And he's 6 foot tall, so you know
that helps.
You could be uglier. You're 6 foot tall, unfortunately.
Right.
I don't make the rules, people. I'm not saying that's what the rules should be. I'm just saying that's what they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, 10 out of 10 movie. I like it. Stands the test of time. You have any Ferris Bueller plans this weekend?
No.
I do. I'm gonna have a party. Yeah, you're not invited.
All right.
Well, all right, guys. Oh, fuck. I forgot to say this earlier. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, review, tell your friends, follow us everywhere on social media at either Please Don't Spoil the Movie or Don't Spoil. One of those. You'll find us.
Follow us. Listen, download. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. We'll see you guys
Thank
next
you guys
time.
for stopping by. Adios.
Bye-bye.